Hello, Scorpio North Node. This is Samara, your feminist alchemist. Welcome to your reading for the November new moon. This is a general reading, so the messages may not resonate with everybody. Just take what strikes a chord with you and let the rest float away in a cloud of ether to whoever else in your Scorpio North Node collective may need to hear that message at this time. If you're feeling this reading, give it a like, a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to be notified when I upload, which is every new moon. If this is your first time on my channel, just let's clarify that this is a North Node reading, meaning it's not your sun sign, not your moon sign, not your rising, but your North Node, which is a mathematical point in your birth chart that signifies your source of soul expansion in this lifetime. It tells us where our growth opportunities lie and ultimately what type of soul experiences we are meant to experience in order to achieve a certain level or fulfillment beyond really what we can imagine based on the other things, other placements that we know in our chart. So I do have a short video that covers the general meaning of the North Node as I've been guided to understand it. So you can check that out in the description box below. Plus you can check out the specifics of your North Node sign explained in depth by YouTube astrologer Astro Finesse. I've also posted that below. If you're not 100% sure what your North Node sign is, you can have two options. You can run your birth chart, or you can check out my website, www.feministalchemist.com, and there's a North Node chart link on that website where you can look up in the table what your North Node sign is. There's also an extended reading available to you. It's called Everyday Alchemy and Practical Magic. It's a 20-minute extended reading where I consult the divine about which tools you could use to support you on your North Node journey in the month of November. We look at crystals, herbs, essential oils, colors, and more. I also channel affirmations that you can use as personal mantras or journal prompts for the month. Oh, yeah, and that is all of the administrative part. We are now going to go into the meat and potatoes of the reading. I'm going to start with the universal energy, higher frequency, high vibrational energy, and this is the Path of the Soul deck by Cheryl Lee Harnish. So these are the energies that are at play for you, Scorpio North Node, that are filtering down from the highest frequencies down to the 5D into your 3D reality. So I'll be doing 3 circles to define these different levels of energy. Universal energy for Scorpio North Node. Oh, there went one. Ooh, 2 master numbers in a row. Is that a 44 or is that a 1? Oh, it's a 1. Okay, never mind. Okay. So the first card we have here is number 37, Consciousness. Number 17, Treasures. Master number 22, Cosmos of the Heart. And number 41, Path of the Soul. I believe this is Path of the Soul. Yes, exactly. The namesake of the deck. All right. So Scorpio, in your universal energies, I'm seeing consciousness and expansion of your consciousness, expansion of the mind is available to you, of your perspectives. Like, I haven't really dug deeply into the concept of how much of our percentage of our brain do we use and so on and so forth. But for lack of a more evidence-based or concept that I understand intrinsically, let's just say this consciousness card is almost like, okay, you're using a higher percentage of your brain matter, or that is available to you, which could also be interpreted as an opening of psychic gifts, clairvoyance, clairaudience. I think that's pretty. And it kind of continues in this treasures card, because the two of them, the consciousness and the treasures together, is like your energies that are coming together for manifestation, to create a manifestation. And when I look at this card, I always see a bird here. So I'm feeling like manifestation, especially through the use of your voice. So there's this vibe. There's like in the cosmos, there's some treasures out there waiting for you that your mind up to now has not really been able to perceive. Oh, I felt like I was missing something. I know what what I'm missing now. I was like, I feel naked. I usually wear my bracelets while I'm reading. Okay. There we go. Oh, the world is all well again. So, all right. 22. What was 22 again? Cosmos of the heart. They're really showing me actually the black in this more so than like the green. So I feel like there's an energy of really cleaning out some stuck energy in your heart chakra. That's really becoming available to you. There's some shadow in there that needs to be faced. On the cosmos of the heart is like the vibration of traveling through the depths. Like basically they're telling me you're looking at like this part of the card where you see like little stars in the darkness. It's like to get to the stars, you have to travel through the dark matter. And that is the energy of the cosmos of the heart for you this month, Scorpio North Node. And that all comes full circle to this path of the soul, which is basically, going towards, your destiny, traveling the path that you contracted to travel as a soul coming to the earth realm. And so it's also like, I see this as something predestined as well. It's just I feel like they're saying to everything up to now has led to where you are, and where you are right now is the perfect place. Like it's where you're supposed to be. So you may also be experiencing a lot of deja vus at the moment. Let's see what the 5D is saying. So the 5D is your intuition, synchronicities, higher self, and let's say right now the next level where your soul is kind of striving to reach. At the moment, do I need all of these cards? It's a big flip. They just want soul. Okay. So this deck is, this is two decks mixed together. It is the, what is it? sacred geometry activations and the sacred geometry of relationships. So 2 oracle decks mixed together. It makes for a big shuffle. Cosmic flower. Ooh, I like that phrase, Scorpio. Okay, we need one more. Blame it on the rain. I don't know why Blame It on the Rain just came into my head. If you're listening to that song, or if it's raining while you're watching this, then there's something in here for you. Commitment. Okay, so we have sensuality, soul, intimacy, divine feminine, cosmic flower, and commitment. Okay. So, this energy is coming down a very interesting way. Let me see. It's a little dark in here. I'm going to light another candle just a tea light. Get some more light around the cards. See if we can get a little bit more. Yeah, we got a little bit more. Okay, we're good. All right, so sensuality. Okay, so treasures. Ooh, Scorpio North Node. I see that there's some hidden power that you haven't tapped into, and that you're now being called to tap into with your sensuality. And it's very interesting, actually, very powerful message coming across with sensuality and divine feminine being in this spread together. Because, first of all, Scorpio is a very sensual, passionate sign. And they're like the Kama Sutra of the zodiac. And one thing that we are experiencing as a collective is like this. We had how many decades, centuries of hypersexualization, especially of the female form. And women with a healthy relationship to their sexuality or sensuality being shamed for that, or it has to be in this very narrow, line of acceptance, right? And also sexuality and sensuality only being attributed to women who are deemed attractive. So if you're unattractive, or by stereotypical standards, then you're also like somehow lacking in worth because you're not sexual, or you're not seen as sexual or sensual. And that also blocks the development and the full embodiment of your own sexuality and sensuality, which is ultimately a creative force. So you're discovering there is an unfolding, and this could be, you could be male or female. Regardless, sensuality is a feminine energetic trait. So we're not talking about gender, we're talking about the quality of the energy. It's a feminine quality. So whether you're a man who's okay, they're giving me this specifically. I'm hoping it's not going to come across as crude. If you are a man and you basically like sex is something robotic for you. You're not a love maker. You may be discovering that you have a newfound desire to be a love maker, for there to be romance and for there to be foreplay. And you may be discovering things about yourself in that. And as a woman, you may be discovering how your connection to your sensuality relates to your confidence in the world and your ability to speak up for yourself and your overall just enjoyment of life. So there are treasures inside of your sensuality. So and I love that this is kind of a mix of orange and pink and red and purple, because it's saying that sensuality is not just physical, it's also spiritual, and it involves more of our being than we have really embodied up to now, right? Root chakra, sacral chakra, which is creativity, pink, which is a higher vibrational heart chakra energy, and purple, which is the crown chakra and divine connection to the source of all that is. So there's a lot to be discovered in the exploration of your sexuality. Oh, and Scorpio North Node, we're in Scorpio season, so now is a great time for you to explore that. If you're higher self, if you're feeling drawn to it, for sure. You may be getting a Kama Sutra type reading today, because sensuality, intimacy, soul, divine feminine, commitment, like you have all like love and sex in here. And I didn't necessarily expect that from the universal energy, but see, this is how it's filtering, this is how it's translating into your 5D, so that you can work it out and experience these higher vibrational frequencies, right? So, yeah, I see you having some like total mental consciousness overhaul of how you view sexuality and sensuality and its connection to love and intimacy. That could be also a removal of shame from your game. I'm sorry. I have to laugh at myself because I try to be cool and I'm like really not at all. Anyway, yeah. This connection to like what, if you've been disconnected from your sensuality and sex has been just sex and it's been like a mechanical thing or a shameful thing, this is now a time when you're coming into like really connecting your heart chakra and your lower chakra, your upper and your lower chakras, and particularly your heart chakra to your sacral chakra, and your crown. I also feel like with the intimacy and the commitment card that you're really coming to this place where you're having higher standards for your sexual relationships, for your intimate relationships. And this is not just a commitment to other people, it's also to yourself, right? Being able to give and receive love is also a reflection of how much love we give ourselves and how much we feel that we're worthy to receive. And this cosmic flower, it keeps jumping out to me beside this cosmos of the heart. It's really like the translation of divine unconditional love, like how does that translate into your sex life and into your connection to your own sexuality, sensuality? And they want me to say it in a more like plain way. How do you connect to your genital area? I almost don't even. They're challenging me to say things that I wouldn't necessarily say on camera. But anyway, have you ever looked at it in the mirror, for example? Is it a shameful place? Is it a place that you never talk about? Do you never say the actual like scientific words for your genitals? Do you have like cute names for it? Do you call it down there? Like these are all expressions of how your mental consciousness of your sexuality, sensuality plays out into your life. Like how it shows, how your internal world shows in the external, through your words, through your actions. And how you care for those parts of yourself. Like, is it part of you or is it the other? You know, it's down there as opposed to, you know, up here, like up in your heart or up in your head, up in your third eye. You know what I mean? It's like you relegate it to a lower place. Although it is the cosmic flower. It is the cosmos of the heart. It is the portal. Well, we're talking about for females in the womb. I mean, I have divine feminine in here. But as I said, sensuality is a feminine aspect. So I will kind of talk about it from that angle, but not with the intention of excluding any divine masculines who may be watching this or anybody who's two-spirited. And this is I'll coming at it from the feminine energetic aspect with the intention of being inclusive to everybody. I think that's the best way to say it. So, because they're telling me like, no, however we identify in this world, we have come through the divine feminine, the cosmic flower, the womb space to this world. And so how you relate to one of the biggest aspects of that divine feminine, or a significant aspect of the divine feminine, which is sensuality, how you relate to it plays a significant role in the development of your connection to unconditional love and the divine. Yes. Okay, that's how they want me to say it. All right, I'm going to go to the 3D. Oh, I didn't talk about commitment. Devote ourselves in all aspects. Oh, yes, I did talk about it, but more in a relationship to yourself, a commitment to yourself. For some of you, this is actually like, I'm going to say it, some of you have been sowing your oats for many years. If you know what sowing your oats means, promiscuity. You know, you've been enjoying your freedom. You may not have been faithful in all types of relationships, but they're saying for some of you there is a nagging for your sexual relationships to be more, to have more depth to them. Okay. That's the other level of the other possibility some of you who are looking at the commitment and the intimacy piece. Alrighty, let's see how this is translating into the 3D for you, into your practical, tangible reality, physical reality. I'm using the Cosmovisions Tarot. That's not even, this is one of the main cards. So I'm just using the major arcana, plus I have a handful of kind of bonus cards that it comes with. This is first, Cosmic Tree in reverse. Cosmic Tree. Number 9, which is the Hermit, and that's in reverse. This one went that way, this way, we're going this way. The Bridge is card 18, which is the Moon, yep, in the upright. The Orbs, number 8, which is the Strength card, and this is in reverse. Oh. They're telling me I may need to move a card. I'm going to see what comes out first. This one got stuck. Okay, no, it's fine. Just making sure. Shuffling also helps me hear better. So we have number 12, Sacrifice. Yeah, 12, which is the Hanged Man. Okay, so the Cosmic Tree, the Hermit in reverse. So these are these cards that I'm looking at, your 3D reality here. It's kind of the situations that are coming up in your physical reality that are giving you the opportunities for soul expansion. So this is how the call of the universe is kind of coming down to you in your physical reality for you to act or react in a way that stimulates your soul growth. Cosmic Tree in reverse. So I'm seeing this now, like this would all be branches, but in the reverse, it's all roots. So I have that some of you are getting okay, I'm having a really clear feeling of people, of some of you having multiple partners. Like if you're managing that in the days of the pandemic, like you're really good. I don't know how you do it, but because dating is not easy at this time. But I see it as like trying to find grounding in a lot of different places and not quite. I'm not going to say not quite achieving it. It's just the search. It's the search for something that is deeper. Search for something that is rooted, and you may or may not be consciously aware that you have become more interested in the substance of the people that you fandangle with. I'll use the word fandangle. And they're saying, yeah, no, it's not a time to hide yourself away either. And they're saying there's nothing, I mean, unless, if you've intentionally been hurting people or dishonest with people, then like just know that that's something that at some point will be reciprocated. I'm not trying to give any dark, ominous type of warnings, type of things, but we do create karma and cycles of energy. But you can make amends for that as well, at least in your spirit as well, by acknowledging that those things were hurtful to people and sending them, little love angels, love and light. That's a very possible act that you could do. You could send people angels and fairies. And anyway, I'm getting off track a little bit. So you're searching for something deeper. Some of you, it's with people. Some of you haven't been in a relationship for quite a while and you can't even be bothered with the relationship because nothing seems to get deep enough. Some of you, the work that you have to do is having a deeper relationship with yourself. Almost all of you, the deeper relationship needs to start with yourself. But seeking is definitely showing up in your 3D. The bridge is, sorry, I gotta look at this card a lot closer. Okay. I see you standing at a precipice of really some of you are bridging like your old self with a new self. You find the life that you had. You're trying to find a way to connect the life that you've had up to now with the life that you would like to have and the relationships that you would like to have. And the bridge card is also like asking you to look at, okay, what is that bridge going to be made of? Well, is it a wooden bridge? Is it a rope bridge? Is it, when you cross the bridge, are you going to burn it down? And their answer to that is that the bridge should be made of love. And expressions of love in the practical. Now, you may be actually pretty good at that because you're a Taurus South Node, Scorpio North Node. And as a Taurus South Node, you have a good balance of practical and material. So for some of you, yes, your sensuality is becoming very spiritual. And you may have a lover who is very kind of vanilla. I actually happen to love vanilla ice cream, so I'm not trying to say that in a negative way. But it's just plain. It's nice and sweet and plain. And you may be looking for something a little bit more decadent, colorful, spicy. You have the orbs in reverse. Yeah, I see this once again. It's interesting how these two are kind of reaching for each other in the reverse position. It's almost like you're going deeper, but to get to a higher, frequency, like the top of this mountain and the bottom of this tree. Like going deeper to get to a more spiritual place. And the orbs in the reverse is also, you may be doubting what you're feeling because it may be so far out of how you usually think. for some of you, like, you may not be very romantic, and have not thought about sensuality being important in your life. It doesn't have to be with a partner. It could be just with yourself, right? Self-care is also an expression, can be a sensual act. You know, how you bathe, how you lotion, what body wash you use, you know, your whole process. I think for most of us, the one daily act where we can show ourselves like daily nurturing and make it sensual is like our shower, our bath or shower of the day. So, but I see a lot of doubt around like, okay, is this actually for real? Can this actually happen? Is there actually this type of love and sensuality and intimacy available in the world, or is that just in movies? You know, and in the Hanged Man sacrifice, like the Fool card is usually the leap of faith, but in this particular illustration, like I'm really am seeing this kind of leap of faith for you. So some of you are actually totally confronted with a person who you would like to be closer with, but you have not been in that type of relationship in a long time, or been in any relationship for a long time. And they challenge the way that you think about intimacy. That's one. One with yourself. One, let's say, train of thought that has to do with I'm really seeing hanging up your old self. I'm seeing a situation where it could include a partner or not, but coming to a place in your life where you're ready to hang up an old self. You're ready to sacrifice old beliefs and an old lifestyle to move forward into something that you feel will be more fulfilling to you. And also maybe just new to explore. Because they're saying to me, like, you can be superficial with a lot of people and be more bored than if you're in a intimate relationship with someone who gets you and explores with you and whose company you enjoy, and where the sex is not just a mechanical act. We have the Six of Swords here at the top. So I'm getting some clarifiers now. I shouldn't call them clarifiers. They're actually, this is the advice on how to, it's a slip. Advice on how to navigate the 3D to align yourself with the vibration of the 5D so that you can reap all the benefits to your soul expansion in this time. On this way, the Devil in the upright. I'm using the Light Seers Tarot for this section by Chris Ann. Five of Swords. A lot going on in your head. A lot going on in the head. Okay, a lot of cards just came out. How do you want me to do this? Okay, we're just going to take all of them. Sure. So we have the Seven of Swords. I actually think this came first. The Seven of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. All right, so we'll start with the Six of Swords. So you have 5, 6, and 7 of Swords. So there's a total journey of your intellectual thought happening here. So their advice to you, they want you to start this journey of like really looking at how your old thoughts and beliefs have led you into the type of relationships that you tend to have now. And even if right now it's not that you're looking at an outside relationship or a relationship with another person, your thoughts around sexuality and how you deal with yourself, how you embody it in yourself, because that will be the starting point for your journey. And what thoughts and beliefs are holding the puppet strings when it comes to who you decide to become intimate with and what you define as intimate and how intimate you allow people to get with you, how close you allow people to get to you. What is really, I'm trying to see if you can see it here. I don't know if you can see it. The puppet strings, there we go. See, got the puppet strings. So they want you to look at who or what feelings, what thoughts inside of yourself are navigating, are directing how you act and react to intimacy. Oh. Now the Five of Swords. They're saying that you're probably going to have an internal conflict. You're going to discover an internal conflict between what you think you think, and what you think you believe, and what you actually believe. And what you believe is actually possible. You know, there's one thing to dream about something, and another thing for it to actually manifest into practical reality. And but your Scorpio North Node path is for you to create from a very high spiritual resonance. Like you are the writer of your romantic stories, right? You are the poet, right? And your dedication to reality and practicality gets in the way of you creating these highly sensual, romantic experiences that are physically and spiritually satisfying. Like, just think of everything you think about or you've been told about Scorpios and their sex life. It's a very passionate one. At least that's what the archetype is, right? And the spiritual element and sensual element of it does not remove, it doesn't cancel out like having a family, having kids, or the experience also just being physically pleasurable, right? So I just keep looking at this, and it's like I see you having a problem or being challenged by bringing these ideas together. But remember, you have cosmos of the heart and cosmic heart in here, along with the sensuality. So we're not just, so we are talking about the raw, purest divine experience that can come through a sensual and sexual experience with yourself or with another person. I have to keep reminding you, it can be with yourself, and it can start with yourself, and it should start with yourself. You should have as great experiences with yourself as you have with another person. I think so. Now, yeah, that's coming from me and them, but they've approved this message. So the Seven of Wands is, if you have naysayers or people who are challenging your point of view or your actions, they want you to stay centered and true to what's in your orb. See, she's like sitting in, she has a crystal ball. She is a crystal ball. And she has her vision that's inside of that crystal ball that she's holding for herself against all of these wands here. And then you have the Seven of Swords. He's on a mission as well. Like 2 sevens. So it means you're on the right path. If this is what you're feeling right now and this is resonating with you in the reading so far, where you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. That's the 2 sevens are confirming that. And I see you intellectually and mapping out new territory for yourself, like and you may be a bit of a lone wolf in that, because that comes to it skips right into the Page of Swords, where it's like, you know, you're learning, you're walking this tightrope with your book, you know. It's like, okay, I haven't done this before. I'm learning how to do this, and I'm trying to bridge. It's right by the bridge as well. I'm trying to bridge what I know, what I knew then, and what I know now, and what I wish to experience in the future. But what will you experience in the future? 10 of Pentacles, like all of the happiness and abundance that you're looking for, the type of relationships that you're looking for, and the type of soul satisfaction that you're looking for. All of your treasures coming in, and a lot of love in your relationships, even if you're not looking for the high level commitment. But if you are, then this like sensual journey is really prepping you. So if you're looking for that and you're wondering, okay, how can I manifest that? It's like, yeah, start getting romantic with yourself. Start having dates with yourself. Start loving yourself how you want to be loved. And yes, in the physical sense. In the physical sense. We are talking Scorpio here. Let's go to... So this deck my guides asked me to purchase. It is called the Quantum Tarot. And I think this is the 4th reading I'm doing so far for the November readings. And I'm still not 100% sure like how to describe the energy that comes through when I use this deck, but this is exactly what they wanted me to use. So I want to say like it's partially multi-dimensionality, things happening in other realms, things happening in other soul fragments. Yeah, we'll just see where it goes. Here's the 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune. I'll show you it in the light afterwards. Let me just get all 4 of the cards that I need. This way. This is the Death card in reverse. This is, they want this one this way. This is the Queen of Cups. Ooh, with the Venus symbol, very sensual. Oh, another card flipped over in here. Do you want this one? Take this and another one. There we go. Okay, and then we have the 3 of Cups in the upright. And this looks like the Page of Wands. Alrighty, so the Wheel of Fortune, and I'm trying to determine, yeah, I think it's in reverse. These cards are sometimes hard to tell when they're in reverse. Yeah, it looks pretty reverse to me. Okay, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Oh, sorry. Okay. Wheel of Fortune in reverse is coming near the soul, intimacy, and your consciousness card here. I'm seeing a blockage. I'm seeing a... They keep showing me the airplane. There's an don't know if you see a little airplane in there. It's hard to see, but there's an airplane there. And Mars and like nuclear symbol and skull and crossbones. So I'm getting in some of your vibe that there's a major resistance to letting go things that no longer serve you. So there's some of you out, they're giving me the line that, you know, some of you are not seeing the value of giving up the Playboy lifestyle because for whatever reason, some of you think it's a cliche, and you could be a Playboy or a Playgirl, doesn't matter gender. It's the not committing to somebody. And I'm getting that some of you don't like, you feel that settling down is like a cliche or just expected, but this is not about conforming or not conforming. It's about being fulfilled or not fulfilled, and staying in a behavior that does not fulfill you for the sake of like going against the grain is also not serving you. You know what I'm saying? Because you also have the Death card in reverse by the Treasures, and it's like really resisting. So your soul is calling on you to, they want you to well, love and make love. They want you to love and make love. Like, I mean, can you blame them for wanting that for you? You know what I'm saying? So, and they want you to love and make love because the love vibration multiplies. Like any vibration multiplies and attracts things to you. So it's like it is a step on your path. And some of you may have very rational reasonings for, maintaining your resolve of going against the grain, for example, or protecting your heart because of past disappointments, or not wanting to get into a relationship, or traumatic. Some of you may have experienced traumatic events that lead you to not be very in touch with your sensuality, or have been raised in a household that was very conservative about it. So there's a whole host of reasons as to what challenge is standing between you connecting your sensuality and your spirituality. Because when it comes down to it, this is really what it's about. Like, I can talk you to death about the different scenarios that each of you may have in your physical reality, how this shows up. But the underlying common thread for everybody is your sensuality connected to your spirituality? And if not, why? And that's ultimately what they're asking you to look at. They're not asking you to solve it in a 4-week period either. They're just saying, take a look and see. Queen of Cups, coming by the cosmic heart and the cosmic flower and the cosmos of the heart. Venus, the morning star, goddess of sensuality. That is where the cosmic heart is said to be located, the cosmic heart of our galaxy or the universe. I'm not 100% clear on that fact. You can look it up. But I do know it's not supposed to be on Venus. And the Queen of Cups is also is a master of her emotions and her sensuality, right? And she feels very good within herself. Like, she exalts her sensuality and her emotions as part of her power. Her benevolent power, not toxic power. Her benevolent power. And her empowerment of herself. So I'm going to look at the last 2 cards here because I want to get to your oracles. But it all ends in the upright with the Page of Wands and the 3 of Cups. There's definitely a period of your life is ending. A period of your life is ending. And there's going to be a lot of... It's actually going to be much nicer than you think it will be. It's because 3 of Cups is a very celebratory card. And I feel like this card in particular, like, and why they wanted me to have this deck, it's like not just in the earthly realm. You see all these, like, these beings here. If you believe yourself to be a starseed or to have a galactic family, they are also celebrating that you have turned this, moved to this next phase of your life, right? because nothing is bad or good in their eyes. It's just, okay, when it's time to move on to the next lesson and to the next experience, are you going to go, or are you going to stay stuck in something that is you're no longer learning anything from, or you're continuously avoiding learning that lesson? They're ready to celebrate with you your next step and to be there. And the Page of Wands just goes boldly. He's kind of almost the Fool. Like, he also has a funny hat. In this case, I feel similar energy to the Fool with the Page of Wands, because he's just going boldly forward, with as much as he knows now, and acting, doing his actions in the world, and trusting that he's going to be supported by his star family, by his divine family, and by this light that he's following, to, a place of more fulfillment, of more wisdom, of more love, of more everything, abundance. So I think I'll leave that there, because I'm already at the hour and 1 minute mark. So, and I have 3 oracles to read for you. So I'm doing these readings just before Halloween. So the ancestors made it very clear that they want to come and say hello. So I'll let them come forward now to give some messages through the next 2 decks. This deck is kind of a shadow. It's a shadow deck. I don't have many shadow decks at all. But this time, Scorpio is kind of the master of that. Scorpio North Node. This is a energy that you're also stepping into, being able to go into the depths of your psyche and pull weeds, learn something, and come back out and plant a garden. You know what I'm saying? Harmony. Where there is life, there is always hope. So I'm going to read from the guidebook for this one. Harmony is in which section? This is the Okana Oracle by Akamara Tarot. Okay, shadow element. A struggle with being hopeful and optimistic. Are you a glass half full or glass half empty kind of person? This card suggests that you are currently experiencing a time when your spirit is disharmonious with your surroundings. However, instead of focusing on what you can do to alter your reality, you have lost hope in there ever being a time when you are truly content, happy, and at peace. It suggests you might have given up. Are you longing for harmony and don't know what to do to grasp it? Your ancestors recognize the dejection manifesting in your heart and are telling you to work with the joys you experience, even if it's as small as an act as lighting a nice candle or watching one of your favorite films. Doing this gives you the opportunity to plant a seed of contentment, even if it's the size of a mustard seed, that you can water with other small acts so that it grows into a positive disposition that you can harvest in times where you feel you're being tested emotionally. So, yeah, I feel this, like, when I was reading it, I felt this 5 of Swords energy again, like this, why am I even thinking of a world where I can experience relationships like this, or I can have a relationship like this, or feel this way about myself, or no, like, you have to keep the hope alive. It lives in you first, right? Your ancestors have some more messages for you. Now I'm using the Asho. Ooh, that was a slip. I just wanted to show you the deck. This is Asho Tele. It's also by Akamara Tarot. And I will see what your ancestors want to say to you in this deck. Okay, they got 2 cards for you. We have the 5 of Diamonds, loss. It is the one who lives in the house who knows where the roof leaks. And key 5, which is Hierophant. Isheshe, the young cannot teach tradition to the old. Interesting. So, okay, I'm getting 2 things. What I'm getting from this is, like, you're the only one who knows what is going to satisfy you, you're the only one who knows ultimately what's going to make you happy. And if you recognize in yourself that there's this, let's call it a dysfunction for lack of a better word, something that you're doing that's not giving you the result that you want or the fulfillment that you want, and you have people that are telling you, oh no, it's fine, like, don't get down on yourself and whatever, you are the one who can diagnose yourself and change what you need to change, and monitor most closely, like, when I think these things, or when I react this way to people, what is it that I'm thinking? Why is it that I'm doing that? You're the only one who can say that. Other people from the outside will make you feel good, make you feel comfortable so that you don't feel the need to change, because they feel, some people see changing yourself as, oh, I think something is wrong with me. Nothing's wrong with you. It's just time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nothing's wrong. There's just times that change is necessary when you feel like you're not getting out of it what it is you want. And see, you got 2 5s, so change is afoot. Change is afoot for you. You cannot teach tradition. The young cannot teach tradition to the old. I'm getting from this card, now you may have instinctively gotten something else from it, and I totally welcome that. That's part of the reason why I show it to you on camera, so that you can get your own insights into it as well. I'm getting from your peeps that you do have to look at the relationships that you've been witness to in your family. And the relationships of the women that the women were in, and the relationships of the women in your family to their own sensuality and sexuality. They want you to be aware of it so that you can make a conscious decision of how you're going to move forward, knowing that that energy exists. Instead of it being like a knee-jerk reaction. This is all in opening your perspective as we open what we open the reading with. And what are you going to take on this next journey of your path of the soul, and what are you going to leave behind? And say, thanks for the lessons, and I let you go merrily on your way. I'm going to do one last card from the Wisdom of the Oracle. I feel bad for keeping you for so long. If you got this far, 3 cheers for you. We're at an hour and 10 minutes. I don't believe that that's your card. I think I need to stop talking. So just give me a moment. Okay. So this card popped out, and I didn't feel that that was really your card, but it's 22 blessed in the upright. But then I kept it out, and then I shuffled, and then I got by the book 11. So you got 22 and 11. I'm going to read both because I think it's just good. I think there is something in the blessed card for you, but it wasn't intentionally what they were trying to send me. So let's start with, we'll do blessed second and by the book first. By the book, number 11. I keep seeing it as B-U-Y instead of B-Y. So if you're thinking of buying a certain self-help book, personal development book, or they are prompting you to do that as well. Okay, so I'm going to read for you by the book, and they're telling me that it actually came in the reverse. The reverse. By the book in reverse, so you're going to get the protection message. The essential meanings are abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs, universal law. Okay, the protection message is, now is the time for a real change in consciousness as you are incited to revolt. Challenge the structures that are limiting authentic progress. It is not enough to rebel in small ways. This is a call to revolution. Focus on what you really want to achieve, regardless of whether it feels so far outside the box that the established order may reject it. Genius, invention, and transformation are rarely comfortable and less likely to be accepted by the mainstream. It may be time for you to say no to the way of your group, take a stand, and make real changes. It could be that the structure of your inner world is alerting you to the need for a complete overhaul. This is a time for transformation, so let go of the fear of change. Your intuition will lead you through the darkness. There is no turning back now. Trust that light will dawn. Epiphanies will surely lead to miracles. Okay, so that I think that speaks for itself. I'm going to read number 22, blessed. In the upright. Okay, something wonderful that is unearned and unexpected. Grace that is an unforeseen gift from Spirit. I'll read the oracle message and the relationship message. Okay, the oracle message says, there are moments in life when, out of the blue, it seems that everything has been orchestrated by divine intervention. You feel blessed in ways that are difficult to express. It's as if the Red Sea parts in front of you and events come together to banish your troubles easily and naturally. You know deep down you did not deserve any of it, and yet here you are. This is one of those times. Let awe and gratitude for all your blessings guide you now. And the relationship message says, you are moving toward a deepening of intimacy and a unique and sacred partnership. You know you are meant to make this connection. This union, blessed by the divine, will bring transformation and beauty to the world. This is also a sign that, even more important, you're being called to a deeper intimacy with yourself and spirit. With this new development, you will see evidence of grace in your life. Yay, Scorpio North Node. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I'm going to go and do your extend now. I'll be looking at crystals, herbs, and I'll channel some affirmations that you could use for this month to support you through your North Node journey in the next 4 weeks. I wish you all the best. I'm always grateful to be a messenger for you, and I hope to see you next. Until then, take care, stay well, and be blessed. Bye for now.